is News 3 Now at 6.
Thank you for joining us tonight. We will get to those stories in just a couple of minutes, but first, the weather story. A couple rounds of storms today, and some may still be severe. Let's check in right away with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canaldi with what else is on the way.
Well, Charlotte, we do have severe weather right now north of Madison. Severe thunderstorm warning is in effect now until 6:45. That warning covers most of Columbia County as well as parts of northwestern Dodge County up in the southern Green Lake County. This is for straight line winds to 60 miles per hour as well as hail up to an inch in diameter, about the size of a quarter. Farther to the south and west, all these red boxes, these are tornado warnings across northeastern Iowa. Several of these, like the one just to the northeast of Waterloo, Iowa, has observed tornadoes with them. So they're not even radar indicated. They're actually observed tornadoes, these darker red shaded boxes. And this activity is starting to head toward southwestern Wisconsin. In between, there's not much going on yet, but this area will fill in with thunderstorms, and some of those could become severe and also produce very heavy rainfall. So we're going to keep a close eye on that. Future radar over the next 3 hours shows how that line of storms develops and then sweeps through. The higher severe weather threat here will probably be straight line winds as it forms into a line. But again, any of these smaller cells that form out ahead of the main line do have a tornado potential with them. So we're going to keep a close eye on things. I'll be back later on in the newscast with a further update.
Thank you, Gary. And we are getting some pretty amazing viewer photos showing the storm rolling in. If you have one you would like to share with us, send them to this email, tips@channel3000.com. We also have a story posted online featuring photos. For the second week in a row, concerts on the square has been postponed due to inclement weather. The Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra's performance was originally scheduled for about an hour from now, but it will happen tomorrow night instead at 7 o'clock. And to monitor these storms yourself for our local weather information on the go, check out our First Warn weather app. It is free to download, available right now in your app store. We are just a couple hours away from tip-off of Game 4 of the NBA Finals. The Bucks looking to even up the series at 2 games apiece, and the city of Milwaukee is behind them, but the weather isn't really helping right now. This is a live look at the Deer District right outside of the Fiserv Forum. It was cleared out earlier this afternoon due to wind and rain. People are waiting in line now to get back in. Organizers say they also have plans in place if things turn for the worse later tonight. We will have a live report from Milwaukee coming up in sports. A Madison woman calls it traumatizing. State Patrol calls it a misunderstanding. That woman is shaken after troopers held her at gunpoint thinking she was driving a stolen car. Jamie Perez looked into what happened. She's live here in studio having talked with the woman.
All right, well, Cassandra Smith told me that she was driving southbound on I-39 back in June. She was in a company car on her way to pick up a client to drop them off at a medical appointment. And that's when she said all of this went down, leaving her traumatized to this day.
DeForest 137.
One of our off-duty parking officers believes he's following a stolen car on the interstate.
Shortly after officers believed they were following a stolen car,
there was about 5 guns drawn, pointed at my window.
Cassandra Smith said she was left traumatized and confused.
They just started like yelling about 50 different commands at me. Turn the car off, get out, don't move. So I was just kind of wondering, how can I possibly do all of those commands and not move? If you move, we'll shoot. At this point, I was like really just preparing myself to take a shot.
Her passenger, Isaiah Johnson, said he tried to take out his cell phone and record what was happening.
I tried to attempt to record. The officers was like, about to shoot. Even if you try to reach for the phone, we're gonna shoot you. So I was scared for my life as well.
Guys, jump in, turn around, walk that way, and walk back towards me. I'm telling you, I'm giving you a direct order.
Smith said she was never told why she was being held until she was already in the back of the squad car.
We have a stolen vehicle.
That vehicle is not stolen.
Okay, on our system it comes back stolen.
I am not in a stolen car. That is a business company car, and I'll call my boss right now.
Officers let her make the call.
The cops have me in the back seat of their squad car saying that the company car is stolen.
They eventually got to the bottom of what happened.
Sometime in like March or April, okay, your boss had another employee, not you, actually take that car. So your boss...
We heard about that.
Your boss listed it as stolen.
He hasn't cleared that up yet?
No. That's what happened.
These guys pointing guns, like, do you know all the stuff that's going on in the news right now with black people being shot?
Yes, ma'am.
Like they literally were like pointing guns. Oh my God.
It's a big misunderstanding.
I felt like all of my life up until then, they were to serve and protect, but who were they serving or protecting at this point?
We reached out to State Patrol for the dash cam video and an interview. The Department of Transportation provided the video and a statement saying these officers responded according to protocol. State Patrol policy also says if you're stopping a vehicle that is listed as stolen, in most circumstances, you should handle that as a high-risk vehicle contact. The document explains that a high-risk vehicle contact happens when the officer's perception of danger is very high. Typically, these contacts involve multiple officers using guns.
That have been their policy. They need a new one.
Smith said she plans to take legal action soon.
The officers just go home at the end of the day and they're with their families like nothing even happened. But here, you know, you've impacted lives like drastically.
Smith also told me that right after this incident happened, she was let go from her job. I reached out to the company for comments. They have not yet responded to my request. But we asked State Representative Sheila Stubbs, who served on the Speaker's task force on racial disparities, how she felt about this incident. Here's what she had to say about that.
It is a crisis, and we've got to stop allowing these behaviors to happen. And when it happened, we must hold people accountable. We have to work on protocols, but we have to work on policies. We have to work on trainings.
Stubbs also said the task force on racial disparities came up with 18 recommendations for law enforcement for training and standards. Of those 18, 5 bills have passed and been signed into law.
Another pedestrian-related fatality this morning along East Washington corridor, this time right where the road transitions into Highway 151. Madison police tell us a person was hit by a vehicle and died. It happened around 2:30 this morning, causing traffic to be diverted for several hours. Also this morning, another crash, this one in the town of Bristol. Witnesses say a van flipped several times and landed in a nearby river. First responders found it badly damaged after about 100 feet off the road, partially submerged in the Mancha River. A woman and a 5-year-old child were inside, and both had to be cut out of the van. The woman is in serious but stable condition, and the child, having been in a car seat, was treated only for minor injuries. The CDC predicts hospital admissions due to COVID will increase over the next few weeks. Positive cases are surging in 46 states, including Wisconsin. Doctors say the vast majority of these new cases, hospitalizations, and deaths have one thing in common. They're among unvaccinated people. New data from the CDC says 98% of patients hospitalized for the virus were not vaccinated. Tonight at 10, a local doctor shares her story from the front line and her hopes for our community. A free COVID vaccination event today in Rock County in partnership with the school district of Beloit. The county health department hosted a clinic at Hackett Elementary School. Like most clinics happening recently, there was no cost to participate, no documentation or insurance is required, and no appointment is necessary. Technical College in Janesville is shutting down next week. The testing site, which is operated in partnership with the Wisconsin National Guard, is now scheduled to close July 22nd. Officials had planned to close the site a week later, but a continued decline in use prompted officials to shut it down early. Governor Evers is directing $130 million in federal coronavirus relief funds to help address the state's worker shortage problem.
These workforce innovation grants will put resources in local hands to develop solutions that are right for their communities to create economic prosperity.
He says the bulk of the money, $100 million, will go toward a workforce innovation program for the development of solutions to workforce challenges the state faces. Another $20 million will go to a worker advancement initiative, and the last $10 million would go to a program that provides workforce career coaches to help people find jobs. Still to come tonight, making a comeback this year, a preview of the Dane County Fair kicking off tomorrow. Plus, a tragic shooting in Chicago earlier this year will soon have a permanent connection to southwestern Wisconsin.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture at Wanakee Furniture ETC, the #1 Smith Brothers dealer in the nation. That's right, per square footage, we sell more Smith Brothers than anyone else. So let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
You're a hard worker. Provide for your family. Do good things in the community. Help out your neighbors. You've been there for so many others. Now, we're here for you. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
It's time to invest in care. I care for seniors and people with disabilities so that they can live in their homes. That lets their families go to work. Joe Biden's American Jobs Plan will give working families the support they need and jumpstart our economy.
It's better wages and benefits and opportunities for caregivers who are disproportionately women, women of color, and immigrants.
Tell Congress to pass Biden's plan and invest in care jobs now, because care is essential.
SEIU is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Are you sweating over high energy bills, windows drafty or broken? Champion is here with our hottest sale of the year. Get 50% off new energy efficient windows. At Champion, we design new windows specific to your home's needs. Then they are built in our very own factory, installed by a team of professionals, and guaranteed for a lifetime by our best-in-class warranty. Save 50% now. Call or go online to book your free estimate at getchampionwindows.com.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture at Wanakee Furniture ETC, the #1 Smith Brothers dealer in the nation. That's right, per square footage, we sell more Smith Brothers than anyone else. So let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
The grounds at the Alliant Energy Center have been transformed from a COVID vaccination site to a carnival. The Dane County Fair is back and getting ready to reopen tomorrow. Crews worked quickly to get all the rides, food trucks, and tents assembled, all while dodging today's thunderstorms. The theme of this year's fair is "The Future is Bright," and junior exhibitors are bringing that sense of optimism too.
I know I put countless hours in every day, and I know all the other exhibitors too, no matter what projects they're showing, so it's a really great showcase of what the youth in the county really have been working on.
The fair runs tomorrow through Sunday. Tickets are $8 for everyone 12 and up. However, if you are looking to save a few dollars, go before 3 o'clock tomorrow or Friday. A ticket will cost just $3. A tragedy in Chicago could have a permanent link to southwestern Wisconsin. Police shot and killed 13-year-old Adam Toledo after a foot chase in March. His family and their attorney are working to establish a youth organization in his name in Grant County. Naomi Coles went to the proposed site today and spoke with Toledo's mother, who's sharing her thoughts publicly for the first time.
Either it will come in here or further up where the original road was.
Right now, this land just outside Potosi is overgrown.
Back that way to the next street.
With few remnants left of the barn and home that stood here 40 years ago. This is where Adam Toledo's family and their attorney plan to raise a new barn and a new home. Adam's Place, an organization for at-risk boys from Chicago and Milwaukee who need an alternative to city living.
We're excited about it, and like my lawyers mentioned before, it's something so we could save at least one of the kids' life, and that's something really nice under Adam's name.
The idea came from one of the family's attorneys, Joel Hirshhorn. He bought the 70-acre property just outside Potosi and is spearheading most of the planning efforts.
So when I mentioned that to Mom and Dad as a possibility of taking this tragedy and turning their grief into joy, their despair into hope, and we'd create this Adam's Place for kids like their son who are marginalized and at risk.
The home will be modeled after a faith-based organization in South Carolina for at-risk youth, Boys Farm.
The boys will be referred through social services, churches, community members, moms who are having difficulty, single moms having difficulty with their kids, sometimes grandparents who've had to take over the parenting role.
But one of the first hurdles, getting the community on board.
Community's feelings is they've had more questions than answers, and everything is based on rumor.
The biggest fear is the unknown. This will be brand new for our community, brand new for our school district, and without those answers right now, people can fill in their own blanks.
A meeting today between the attorney and school went well. The Potosi school superintendent says this organization could be mutually beneficial to the tiny community.
I'm kind of anxious to see it come into here and see how this whole thing works out.
Just the chance to bring in somebody from the outside and some new perspectives on some things.
For News 3 Now, I'm Naomi Coles.
A few additional details. Boys will be required to participate in faith-based activities. The attorney's plan is to fund it through private donations. So far, he's raised $120,000 with $250,000 more in commitments. He estimates it will cost $500,000 a year to operate. Governing board members include him, his wife, Adam's parents, and 3 adult siblings, among others. The attorney will hold a community meeting and a meet and greet on August 11th at the Potosi School District building. Still ahead in sports, we'll go back live to the Deer District in Milwaukee ahead of Game 4 of the NBA Finals. But first, another round of storms on the way for southern Wisconsin. We'll let you know if it could be severe next.
Don't wait till November. Black Friday in July is now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save up to half off Black Friday appliance deals like these, plus no interest for 12 months. Black Friday in July is here at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Don't you wish you could wave a magic wand and have whiter teeth? Well, you can, but it's not magic. It's power swabs. Just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and boom, whiter teeth and a better smile. And since you're not dealing with messy trays or awkward strips, you're less vulnerable to the harsh sensitivity they sometimes create.
I've used strips. They seem to really hurt my teeth. The power swabs, it just seemed very gentle.
It's so simple and easy. You just open it, you apply it to your teeth, you forget it's there, and I noticed that they're white and bright again like they were before.
I noticed actually a difference the first time that I used power swabs. You put on the first coat and then the activator goes on and immediately you start seeing it working.
It only takes 5-minute applications to get a brighter, whiter smile with power swabs. You just snap, swab, and smile. Power swabs have been clinically studied to whiten natural teeth and remove stains from caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so powerful, it removes stains from coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking.
I love my coffee in the morning.
I will never stop drinking coffee. I will not be the person drinking hot coffee with a straw.
As much coffee as I drink, I can use my power swabs and eliminate the staining.
When I use the power swabs, I applied it directly to my front tooth where the coffee stain was.
I like being able to individually get the teeth, and most importantly, it got kind of in between the grooves.
You can put it directly on the stain that you see on your teeth, and it's so precise.
But as powerful as it is, it's also gentle and causes 0 to minimal sensitivity.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab, and I just got a rubber on my teeth, and that was it.
Take it from me as someone who has gone the dental route, but has also gone on the shelf route, and I've not really seen anything work as effective and as easy as power swabs.
Whiten your teeth today by ordering power swabs and receive 40% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you'll receive a free quick stick pen to use on the go after meals or a cup of coffee. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
Don't wait until November. Black Friday in July is now at Ashley Home Store. Find in-stock doorbusters at discounts of up to 60% off. Plus, take a bonus 20% off our sale prices and a bonus 5% off clearance and smart buys. Only at Ashley Home Store.
Well, it looks like we've got some, the potential for severe weather continues to increase across southern Wisconsin. I'm just getting word of a tornado watch that has been issued for most of southern Wisconsin. In fact, we'll see that right here. Tornado watch in effect until midnight, and this includes the Madison area as well as areas to the south and west. Right now, we have some severe thunderstorms north of Madison. We can see on Doppler radar this area of thunderstorms right through the northern portion of Columbia County. That's moving to the east-northeast toward the northwestern portion of Dodge County. Strongest storms in here, probably producing winds of 50 to 60 miles per hour, as well as maybe some penny-sized hail. But again, that severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 6:45 for Columbia, Dodge, and the southern portions of Green Lake counties. Farther to the south and west, a different story. These are all tornado warnings. Everything in red, the darker red, are storms that have observed tornadoes. So you can see 1, 2, 3 different tornado warnings with observed tornadoes. And these storms are in northeastern Iowa and heading to the northeast. There's Prairie du Chien, there's the Mississippi River. So that's why the Storm Prediction Center has issued that tornado watch for most of southern Wisconsin. Now, eventually with time, these will form more into a line. As that happens, the tornado threat will lessen a little bit, but not go away. But the high wind threat might become a little bit more pronounced. But anytime you have these clusters of storms, these individual type thunderstorm cells that we call supercells, that's where the tornado potential is the highest. So you can see tornado watch now in effect until midnight for much of southwestern Wisconsin, northwestern Illinois, and eastern Iowa. So until a cold front comes through, the severe weather threat is going to remain high for tonight. Storm Prediction Center has an enhanced risk of severe thunderstorms, level 3 on the 5-level scale from southern Wisconsin back through northern Iowa. The high wind threat, probably the greatest for most of the area, especially later on tonight as these storms form into a line. They could bring winds of 60 to 70 miles per hour or stronger. The hail threat, a little bit higher back to the west over southwestern Wisconsin and northern Iowa. Tornado threat is the highest over Iowa, but again, not still a little bit higher than normal across southern Wisconsin, so that's why we have a tornado watch. As we take a look at the 24-hour precipitation, much of this area here has seen 1 to 2 inches of rain and additional rainfall in the neighborhood of 1 to 3 inches or more in some spots is a possibility. So that could lead to some flooding problems, especially areas south and west of Madison that have seen a fair amount of rain already today and maybe looking at additional rainfall as we head through tonight. So for tonight, showers and thunderstorms, some of those could be severe. Low temperature at 67, and they'll produce heavy rain as well. Tomorrow, some scattered shower and thunderstorm chances with a high temperature of 77, not as warm as today. On future track, you can see that line of storms developing out to the west, moving through tonight, and then eventually heading to the south and east overnight. Tomorrow, we'll probably see a little bit lesser chances for thunderstorms. Same thing for Friday. And again, those rainfall amounts, some areas could pick up 1 to 2 or more inches of rain. Other areas, a little bit less, but it all depends on where the heavier storms track. 7 to 10 day forecast. Once the storms end on Friday, we're back to dry weather starting this weekend and lasting through all of next week. You can see a couple days will be humid, but still high temperatures in the low to mid 80s most of the time.
And coming up in sports, the Bucks need Drew Holiday to play like he did in Game 3 tonight in Game 4. Why he says taking naps has helped his game. A live report from Milwaukee is next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
You've got enough to think about maintaining. Good thing the all-new 2022 Volkswagen Taos has a lower cost of maintenance than Toyota RAV4. Come into your Volkswagen dealer today and lease the all-new 2022 Taos S for just $229 a month.
The light at the end of the tunnel isn't shining so brightly for everyone. Families continue to fight for survival. Some jobs are gone forever. Bills pile up. But please know, you have not been forgotten. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
Do you suffer from ED? Did you know there could be a way to relieve ED without harmful medications, needles, or surgery? Peak Performance for Men is here to help. Click or call now to treat your ED. And remember, our results make the difference.
Whoa, that was easy. I can't believe I got 2 pairs for under $80. I was worried about switching to Progressives, but they made me feel great about it. Like a star. A star with lipstick on her teeth.
2 pairs starting under $40, only at iMart Express.
No more Freon for your AC. Oh no, the homeowner's called Action Man and his action team.
Call on Action Plumbing, Heating, and Electric at iwantactionnow.com.
Get the new furniture you really want during the Steinhafels Best Sellers event. Save 35 to 50% store-wide on all the latest styles from all the best brands. Whether it's a new living room, bedroom, dining room, or the entire house, it's all on sale. And with Steinhafels special financing, it's even more affordable to update your room. So shop now and save big, in-store or online at steinhafels.com.
You've got enough to think about maintaining. Good thing the all-new 2022 Volkswagen Taos has a lower cost of maintenance than Toyota RAV4. Come into your Volkswagen dealer today and lease the all-new 2022 Taos S for just $229 a month.
Thursday on News 3 Now this morning, we are headed to a historic landmark in Spring Green.
And how much sun you might see this weekend. We'll see you from 4:30 to 7 on News 3 Now this morning.
Like another must-win game for the Bucks in the NBA Finals, because going to Phoenix tied at 2 is a whole lot different than being down 3-1 in the series. Jordan Reed is live in Milwaukee, and somebody other than Giannis is going to have to step up tonight, right, Jordan?
That's right, Zach. Giannis has been the focal point in these last 2 contests. That's because he had back-to-back games with over 40 points. But a player who has been kind of quiet this series finally showed up in Game 3. That's Jrue Holiday. He was contributing on both ends of the court during this last matchup on offense. 5 threes, and he finished the night with 21 points. Now, you can't forget his impressive block on Devin Booker, which led to this incredible play. Bobby Portis finishes off with a jam. And it could be for a couple of reasons why he finally got back into a rhythm. Maybe being back at home, more time in between games, or maybe taking naps.
We won Game 6 of the conference finals. We landed at 2 that morning and had to leave 6 at night to go to Phoenix. So I'm cool with having a day in between with no travel. This is just the opportunity of a lifetime. So I do my best to take care of my body, rest as much as possible. I do have kids, and sometimes kids need naps. Daddy needs naps too.
Well, gates did open early. They were supposed to open at 6:30, but they just opened moments ago, so everyone is starting to pile in, which means that we are just that much closer to tip-off, which is set for 8. Live in Milwaukee, Jordan Reed, News 3 Sports.
Thanks, Jordan. No, if you want to win an NCAA championship in women's hockey, playing for Wisconsin should be where you want to be. The same can be said for skating for gold on the biggest stage. For the 2022 Winter Olympics, there are a total of 14 Badgers competing for a spot on either the United States roster or Canada's. And the reason why? Well, the practices at UW are like the practices at the Olympics.
Obviously, Wisconsin holds such a long legacy of Olympians and stellar athletes, and it's just amazing to be added to that list.
I don't think there's really a better place to be. You just look at the names that have come out of this place. I feel like every day I practice, it's kind of preparing me for the speed and for the culture that produces, Olympians like this.
Gary, you're going to need a nap today.
Yeah, it's going to be a long night, I think. Let's take a look at radar. Line of storm starting to develop pretty rapidly in northeastern Iowa to around La Crosse. In our area, there's actually a severe thunderstorm northeast of Madison. Severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Columbia, Dodge, and Green Lake counties until 6:45 for strong winds to 60 miles per hour. But you can see those storms in Iowa already starting to develop south and west of La Crosse, ready to move into Crawford and Grant counties within about an hour. Future radar over the next 3 hours takes them through much of southern Wisconsin, including Madison. We have a tornado watch in effect until midnight.
All right, we'll keep it here. Gary will be keeping an eye on all of this. Thanks for joining us tonight. Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.